Hey Glam Squad, welcome back to another episode of Beginner's Guide to Makeup, the series that helps busy women with their makeup struggles in just a few easy steps. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to create this navy blue spotlight eye. I thought it'd be fun to play around with a little bit of color today and show you the spotlight eye technique. This technique will complement prominent eyes, and also the navy blues will really complement green eyes. If you are new to my channel, this technique is a little bit more advanced, so I'd recommend starting at the basics and working your way up. So without further ado, let's get into the lesson. So for this lesson, you're going to need an eyeshadow palette that has a mix of blues, navies and black matte shades. These are going to create a lot of depth, which is going to give the look a more 3D finish when you add your highlight shade. So for your spotlight highlight, I didn't have anything real shimmery in that palette, so I opted for a gold in a different palette. Then I used a black gel liner, of course this is optional, and black liner for the waterline. So what is a halo or a spotlight eye? It's when you use darker shades in the inner and outer corner and a lighter shimmery shade in the center to add that pop of highlight or shimmer. So you want to start off by priming your lids. Again, this is always so important. For this look, I'd recommend using a tacky base, as this is going to stick to your darker eyeshadows better and make them pop. So I'm using the P. Louise base and I'm just packing it into place, just using tapping motions. Then I'm taking a small detailed blending brush and I'm going to press this into the inner corner. So I'm using a matte dark shade, so you always want to press and wiggle with these eyeshadows because they can go patchy if you overblend. So for the inner corner, you want to look down and slightly away from the inner corner and pack on the color. This is to help you get it nice in and tight in the inner corner and you're not going up too high. And you want to do the same for the outer corner as well. So you're just packing the color into place, and then what you want to do is start to like tickle or wiggle around the edges. You don't want to do like big swirly motions because you're going to bring the eyeshadow up too high. Instead, kind of go back and forth or like tickle around the edges, and this is going to help blend them out without dragging the eyeshadow up too high. Once you're happy with the inner and outer corner, I'm literally just connecting them. So I'm just kind of tapping again to make sure I'm not bringing the eyeshadow up too high. And kind of once I have the color in place, then I'm starting to wiggle, and that will blend out the shadows without bringing them up too high. And keep looking straight ahead in the mirror as well to keep an eye on how high you're bringing up the eyeshadow. As you get more skilled at doing this technique, you can bring it up as high as you want, but I'd recommend when beginning, keep it as low as possible, because when you are blending out, the eyeshadows are going to naturally go up that little bit higher. So just to have more control over it, you can always bring the eyeshadows up higher, you can't bring them down lower. So now I'm just taking the lighter blue eyeshadow from the palette and I'm just wiggling around the edges, kind of tickling it to help blend out the darker shade. So it's kind of going from darkest to lightest. So it's kind of acting as your transitional color. Now I'm going in with the navy blue eyeshadow. So the first one was the bluey shadow. This one is the navy blue, and this is again to create your more 3D finish or give it a little bit more depth. So again, I'm just going in and I'm tapping. Always tap with your matte eyeshadows because you don't want them to go patchy on you. So pat and wiggle and really build up that color. I also added a tiny bit of black as well. Again, just be patient with it and just keep building up the colors. The more colors you add, the more kind of 3D finish you're going to get. So now I'm just cleaning away the center. This is optional. I just like to take a cotton bud and just kind of clean down the edges so my spotlight will really pop. And then I'm just putting a little bit more of the P. Louise base that I used in the beginning, just tapping it on with a flat brush and just tap. Like once I have the color in place, I'm just tapping so it sets, and then I can go straight in with my shimmery gold eyeshadow and again pat it into place. I didn't need to wet this eyeshadow or anything. It's from the Sigma Cor de Rosa palette and it's really beautiful creamy eyeshadow, so pigmented. And then I'm just taking a small blending brush again and just tapping away the edges so it doesn't look too harsh. And then literally whatever you do on top, you want to do on the bottom. So I'm just taking the blue shade and the navy blue and just popping this in the inner and outer corner. I'd recommend using a flat brush or a pencil brush for this so you can have more control and keep it nice and tight against the root of the lashes, and always connect like the top lash line to the bottom lash line, and then you can go in with your shimmer again and just pop that right in the center. Now this is optional, but because I have prominent eyes, I wanted to get that balance back, so I used a black liner. Again, this is just going to close my eyes and make them look a little bit smaller, just to create that balance, because when you're adding that shimmer in the inner corner, it really makes a pop. So adding a bit of black is just going to balance everything again. I just applied a very thin band of liner using a very small detailed liner brush. You want to look down into a mirror so you see your full lash band and just do very small movements. And I kind of just created this really for my lashes, just so I don't see any disconnect from my falsies and my natural lashes. So I'm just applying my lashes now, so keep an eye out, a little sneak peek from my new collection. I'm just taking a blending brush and just kind of blending out the edges, and you can see I did all this before I applied my makeup, so I cleaned up the edges and applied my foundation, and this is the finished look. When you're creating a look like this and using a lot of dark eyeshadows, especially when you're beginning, I'd recommend doing your eyes first and then applying the rest of your makeup. It's cleaner, so you can clean away the fallout with no issues at all. So that is it. I really hope you enjoyed this week's makeup lesson. I'm going to switch things up again next week and kind of go through some of the basics. We're going to do some more contouring videos. I've had requests for very easy go-to day-to-day makeup looks, so I'm going to work on them for the next couple of weeks. I also have a Look Fantastic haul coming up for you guys, so lots of exciting content to share. I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave. It would make my day and it would really help my channel grow. Love you lots, and I hope I get to see you again. Bye.